Hey everyone, welcome to episode 1 of Why I Still Suck at Guitar. My name is James, and as of right now, I've been playing guitar for just shy of 20 years. I've realized that over the last, I would say 7 years, my creativity has sort of stagnated, and I was able to link that to what I believe is the cause of the problem. For various reasons, about 7 years ago, I became really obsessed with gear. I got my first tube amp, I want to say 2010, and before that, I'd been playing solid state and being completely fine. Vox modeling amp with built-in effects, and that was fine. I got a tube amp. I got this goofy. It was actually a Vox Tone Lab, the big blue one. It was great. And I had my channel switching amp, and I was in a band, and we were playing shows all the time. And I was writing, and I wasn't thinking about anything else. It was great. When that band split up, I started trying out for other bands, and I noticed that people were using 112 Fender combos and a pedal board. And if you wanted to get a gig around here playing other people's music, that's what you had to have. So I got a small combo, put the half stack aside, started getting some pedals together, put the big floorboard aside, which is ironic considering where pedal boards are now. But so I started becoming very obsessed with that, going to tryouts, doing all that stuff. Got in some other people's bands, learned a lot of music, and watched a lot of YouTube. So for all those reasons, I feel like my creativity sort of stagnated. A few years ago, I joined this guy's, he's a friend of mine. I joined his band. I learned about 50 or 60 songs, played a bunch of shows. It was really great because it was a nice way to get out of this funk that I was in. I was in a really bad depressive state about not playing, and his band played all the time, and it was fun. And then I did my own band after that, and that split up for various reasons, and there's a whole thing about them using my material that I don't want to get into. So, all that being said, all that background information that you don't really need, I want to become a better guitar player, for myself, really, and, not to show off, but the reason I fell in love with music in the first place when I was a little kid was it gave me something to connect to, and eventually I found guitar, and I started writing songs. The first thing I ever bought after my initial guitar amp thing was a 4-track recorder, and I immediately started recording myself, and that was probably the best thing I could have ever done. And from that point on, I just made tons and tons of music. I'm sure all of it was garbage if I was to look back, but I have actually looked back at a few recordings I made about 10 years ago, and they were way more interesting and cool and expressive and anything that I'm doing right now. And so about a month ago, maybe a few weeks, I put out this song. It's short, and I will link it in the description. And it was probably one of the better things I've written in a long time, because I was doing that kind of John Frusciante, David Gilmour thing again, layering a lot of guitar parts, and I was happy with it, but it's still within that very limited range, that box, and I want to be better. I don't think you have to be a great guitar player to write great songs, but I want to be better, so that's what we're going to do, because music and guitar separately and also together on various occasions have pulled me through some very dark times in my life, as I'm sure they have done for you all as well. So I feel like I owe it to myself and to music and guitar to become better, to see what I can learn, to see what I can do, to see what I can put out. Because my goal since I've been 14 years old was to write a song that saved somebody's life, that meant so much to them that it could pull them through a dark time. And I'm going to do that. I don't care what has to happen, but I'm gonna get better. I'm gonna continue recording as I've done the last 20 years, and eventually I'm gonna put a song out one day, and someone will get hold of me somehow, either someone I know or someone I don't know and have never met, and they'll be like, man, that song meant a lot to me. Anyway, episode 1 right here. This is the background story. So we're gonna look at Paul Davids, Marty Swartz. I was really inspired by Captain Anderton. Taking all those private lessons because he's gotten much better in the last year. And Dan from that pedal show, who I'm a massive fan of, and I don't even care if it's weird or not. He's doing a vlog series on learning as well. Those 4 sources should provide me some really great material to learn. I want to see what works, what doesn't work, what sticks, and I want to make some quantifiable thing to show myself how I learn good. Jeez. I just want to get good, and we're going to do that. And the very next episode is going to be that. It's going to be up in a few days. We're going to start learning some stuff. We're going to get better together. Please subscribe. Please stick with me. Let's do this. You want to be better. I want to be better. Let's do it, man.